Hey guys, this is our daily log for Type What, February 19th, 2020. So I'm making progress with my organizing of tracking my macronutrients. I had a pretty good day yesterday based off my plan. So everything I ate was planned out and measured. I feel really good about that. Not just because it's nice and organized, but also because it's working, right? So yesterday was a no workout day. I did a little bit of light exercise after meals, but I didn't even have to do those for a couple of them. Um, so let me show you what's going on here. So yesterday, in terms of food, I'm going to go over the food I took, the insulin that I didn't take. Spoiler alert: no insulin. Any experiments, anything different, my blood glucose, my feelings and mood, and my energy. That's what I'm going to cover today. So it all starts really with the food intake. Well, actually, sometimes you might, from an experiment standpoint, it was foggy yesterday, so I did not go and watch the sun, and then it was cloudy enough at the horizon where it was blocking the sunset as well. So no sun exposure on the horizons. I did get some sun during the day. So I got my 15 minutes there. But in terms of food, for what you see here, you see those pictures look pretty good, right? So it started off with, I just posted these. So this is this really yummy, I call it the chocolate fatty shake. Okay, it's fatty because it has avocados in there that really fattens it up. And you can see it's a fat bomb. You got 86 grams of fat. That's where I'm getting most of my energy on my rest day. So this was a rest day from the exercise, giving my body a break to recover. And I want to be on my feet. And because of that, I want to go low carb from an energy standpoint. So I don't have to use exercise to get my blood glucose down. I can use the energy from fat. Okay, so 86 grams of fat, only 15 net carbs, and most of that's from chocolate and some of it from the milk, the plant-based milk that was in there. 35 grams of protein, so a nice hit of protein for recovery day. I want to make sure my muscles are getting the protein they need to recover and repair. And you can see it's a very calorie-rich meal, and it's just a shake. So this tastes like a dessert. Okay, I put some stevia in there. It's really, really good, and it's very filling. I'd hope so with all the 1,000 calories. So I've actually started documenting my recipes here so I can get my macros down. So we are talking about this recipe right here. So this is what it has in it: avocado, raw cacao powder, coconut manna, which is kind of like dried coconut meat and oil. It's like raw coconut that's like blended to a pulp, and you can just use it. It's really handy. It's nice to get those fat bombs, very rich in fat and low in the other macronutrients, low in protein and low in carbs. I use the flax milk for this one, and it has added protein. It's unsweetened, so no added sweetener, and it has added protein, so it gives a little bit more of the protein boost. I added hemp seeds, flax seeds, and chia seeds. Okay, so all that sums up to that amount of macros and calories. Okay, and this is what we're doing on the day. So yesterday was the rest day. So I did an intermittent fast. I had 16 hours of fasting up till just past 10 o'clock, and then I had my fat bomb. I did not even do a light walk afterwards because I didn't feel like I needed it, and my numbers were staying in range. So it was great. Got able to get some good work done for my job, and then not too long after, it's like 3 hours later after having that big meal, I had a what I'm calling the cauliflower salad. Okay, so cauliflower salad is this guy, and it's a cauliflower salad. It's more of a fat-based. It has the avocado gives it a good fat boost for energy. Everything else here is really low carb, and the tofu here gives it a good protein boost. So you can see, it has, and then in addition to that, I added the digestive supplements, but also from a macronutrient perspective, this is my coffee cup. It's this was hot chocolate where I also had the coconut manna in it. Okay, so I'll show you that recipe as well. So this recipe, I think I did a 2, yeah. So this recipe, I spent a lot of time adding this stuff up, but it was worth it. So I think I did almond milk yesterday. Now choosing my milks is important. Yeah. I did regular milk, which regular for me was the flax milk. So I did regular 2, I think it was. Was it regular 2? Yeah. So I did this. This was my chocolate shake. So similar to the protein shake that I just showed you, raw cacao powder, coconut manna, has the flaxseed, stevia, and hot water. That's all it is. Okay. So the stevia, it's actually more like 8. I do 1 spoon of stevia for every, 4 micro spoons of stevia for every 1 tablespoon of raw cacao powder. This was like I'm doing 2 tablespoons. Okay, so you can see you get protein, you get a little protein bump and a good fat bump from the hot chocolate. So I'm adding this to get some more of both of those nutrients while keeping it low carb to supplement my meal. Now my meal was the cauliflower salad. It was this one here, and I did this twice yesterday because it gives you, a decent amount of calories. It's fat rich for energy, it's super low carb, and you still get a decent, I'm adding the tofu to give it that decent protein bump because this is a recovery day. Again, I want a healthy amount of protein, but not too much. Okay, so it's kind of like, this is a normal amount of protein for a meal for a male of my size, right? I should be getting about 20 grams per meal, averaging 60 a day. Okay, so where was I? I was here. So I had, this is the cauliflower salad, and I did my supplements, my vitamins, so I don't get sick, and then my supplemental, and these were the numbers. So it's a pretty good, you combine those two together, you get almost 1,000 calories out of that, which is good. And then the next, for dinner, I did the same thing. It might look a little similar, it is a different picture. Same salad, so same macronutrients. I added, let's see, I think I had a problem with avocado actually. I only had like half an avocado. So instead of, to get my fat, then I added this in. So this was 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of almond butter and 2 sticks of celery. I even put that in here too, I think. Yeah, so that alone gets me, 18 grams of fat, keeping it reasonably carby, low carb, and then I get a little bit of protein from that. And then I added another of these chocolate shakes. Okay, so that was my input for the day. Where am I going with this? And now let's look at my glucose. So it was another amazing day for glucose. I didn't do exercises. I think I did some push-ups and jumping jacks at the end here, but I didn't do my hour-long walk. Okay, so I did 50 push-ups after lunch, 50 push-ups after dinner, and then 50 jumping jacks after dinner and after the push-ups. I felt like I wanted to get my numbers down a little bit before I went to lie down to go to sleep. I was right around here. I was in the 130s. I was like, I got to do better than that. I don't like to go to sleep with a high amount of glucose in me because I've noticed that it just barely goes down once I'm horizontal. So I don't know if it's a gravity thing or my body's dealing with glucose in my bloodstream differently because it's going into rest mode or something. But anyway, amazing day, averaging 108, zero insulin taken. Standard deviation is 12, so I was in range 100% of the time. Now, I'm going to show you something a little bit different today in terms of glucose, because today was a good day. I've had a couple of good days in a row. You can see the past 7 days, I've averaged 112 with a standard deviation of 16, and I've been 100% in range for the last week. Okay, last 7 days, 100% in range. Now, this is a shift from going on the low-fat whole food plant-based, where I was allowing myself some carbs. And because I was taking some carbs, even with exercise, I still did a little bit of insulin. Okay, so this is down from, I was 87% in range if you take February as a whole. So I'm going over the 19th of February. So last 7 days were really good. The first 7 days were not so good, right? So you can see it's averaging the good days with the bad days, and I'm still pretty high, right? So I'm in range, but it's a higher range for a normal person. I was also out of range 12% of the time. If I go back further, you can see I was still out of range 7%, out of range 7%. So this is December, this is January, this is February as a whole, this is the last 7 days. So in the last 7 days is when I've done this shift to managing my macronutrients, and really digging into building this fasting glucose challenge that I'm going to start sharing with other people once I feel a little more confident. I want a little more data to make sure this is good. But you can see, look at this. Look at this flat line. Like, it's such a thing of beauty. Like 133 is my high point of the day. Like that's amazing. Really happy with the day, obviously. Now let's go over some of our experiments here. So I don't think I woke up with good energy. I got to do these earlier in the day so I remember. Mid-morning energy was good. My energy levels have been good. Now I'm going to call this the glucose. So following the fasting glucose challenge diet, I did not get 8 hours of sleep. I've been doing my red glasses pretty good. Did not go to bed before 10. I don't think I woke up without an alarm. Yesterday I did no running, no exercise. I did some stretching. I didn't do a post meal from breakfast. I did a lunch and dinner, post meal, light exercise. I did do a good job hydrating. Only got my middle of the day sun exposure. Only did my feeling affirmations. Yeah, did those. I've been doing my supplements, doing really good on the digestive front. I think I had 5 movements yesterday, but they're all like good, small little movements with good consistency. So that's been such a big improvement. Just taking these supplements has really helped my digestive movements. I did no coffee, no tea. I did some hot chocolate. Still feeling a little bit of stress from work, but I was able to get some good stuff done. So that was only kind of the first half of the day. I did my multivitamins. I did my silvers. Was not illness. No deep fatigue. 0 insulin. And I'm going to map these numbers in from the other spreadsheet later. I don't think that's it's not a good use of your time watching this. So but yeah, I do want to track these, so I have them in here. I don't think it'll take that long, actually. Oops. So we'll start here. We did 86. 26, and these are net carbs that I'm counting, guys, because I have noticed that it does make a difference. So net carbs is total carbs minus the dietary fiber, and the fiber is not digested by your body, so it does not get metabolized and it does not go into your bloodstream. So that means that you can calculate your net carbs by taking your total carbs from like the nutrition, the nutritional facts label, and then subtracting the dietary fiber, and then that will give you, like, for example, I have this up. So your total carbs here, I was doing cilantro, which has like nothing. So let me do something like avocado. So you do an avocado. So an avocado has 17 total carbohydrates. Like I would, if that was the actual carbohydrates that my body took, I probably wouldn't eat this fruit, because that's most of what I need to spend on a whole meal in terms of carbs. Try to stay around 20, below 30 for sure. And that's just for one piece of the meal. But after you subtract the dietary fiber, it's actually a really low carb. So avocado, and that's how my experience is with avocados. Like, they don't increase my blood sugar hardly at all. And you get a good amount of energy from fat here, and this still has a little bit of protein. So net carbs, it's about 4 instead of 17, which is a big difference. Okay, so we did lunch. What am I doing? Lunch. We were at 55, 19, 24. $19, 55, 24. Oh, these are messed up. Okay, gotta fix that. And 50, 19, 55, 24. 19, that's the same meal, that's right. Okay. All right, so that's an accomplishment. I got something in here finally to track the macronutrients. Now, the thing with the macronutrients is I think this is really going to help get the fasting glucose down. I'm really working on this for the fasting glucose challenge, but there's so much more that goes into diet and nutrition than just the macronutrients. So like the cauliflower is really good for you, but it doesn't really have an impact on your macros. Like, it's just kind of like, or like the cilantro, like you saw, it's just kind of like goes under the radar, but cilantro is a chelator and it helps take toxins out of your body. So it's actually really good for you. So micronutrients are also important. I'm going to add that layer later. I'm going to stick with the macros for now, try to get this formula down. But you can see this is the macros, not that it truly means a whole lot. I should probably add calories in here because I'm dealing with my weight. I've been losing a little bit of weight and I didn't have a whole lot of weight to lose. So I want to make sure that I maintain the muscle that I'm doing with all my exercises, so I can stay healthy and have a lower and be able to burn my glucose with the muscles. The more muscle mass you have, the more you're supposed to be able to burn your glucose at a resting heart rate. So that would be very good to have. So not a whole lot there. I mean, I got a little bit of a thing, but it's still very, very lean and slim. So I'm going to try to build a little bit more muscles to help with my resting burn of my blood glucose. That is a mouthful. Okay. So anything that new and different, just measuring stuff, being more accurate and precise about what I'm eating, what the macros are, feels good. knowing that formula of what's going in and what's coming out in terms of energy and stuff. Had a good energy day. Nothing to complain about with no exercise, so that's good. My feeling and mood was very positive. I had a little bit of stress from work, but not overwhelming at all, and I was able to get through it. Glucose was amazing, and I think that's it. I think that wraps everything up. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm going to try to get to these as best as I can. But harass me. I'm giving you permission to harass me in the comments. If I don't answer one of your questions, remind me, ping me. I got a lot going on. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to conclude this. Have a good day. Again, this is the daily log for Type What on February 19th, 2020. Bye-bye.